Welcome to Solve It with Sir Jude. For today, we will be having the continuation of the first video lesson that we had about solving quadratic inequality. Nung nakaraan, we solved quadratic inequality in one variable. But today, we will be having solving quadratic inequality in two variables. So this topic is still included in Mathematics 9, Most Essential Learning Competencies that was given by the Department of Education. So ano ba yung mga kailangan nating skills for solving quadratic inequalities in two variables? So kailangan unang-una ang graphing skills nyo. Kailangan marunong mag-plot ng mga points sa Cartesian plane. Pangalawa, kailangan din marunong kung paano mag-solve ng quadratic equations. So let us have the topic. So the definition will be quadratic inequality in two variables. So it is an inequality in two variables x and y. So mainly ang ginagamit natin will be x and y that contains a polynomial of degree 2 that can be written in the following forms. If we are going to compare these forms to quadratic inequality in one variable, yung other side kasi ni quadratic inequality in one variable, 0. Pero ito, y. Okay? Kaya nga siya two variables, x and y. So we should consider a, b, and c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. Okay? So next, how to solve quadratic inequality. So in solving quadratic inequalities in two variables, naka-highlight dito, can be solved by graphing on the Cartesian plane. And there are two main methods that we can use. Number one is making table of values. And the second one is finding the vertex and the x-intercepts. So kung wala pang idea sa pag-graph na quadratic function, pwede natin gamitin si table of values. Pero kung alam mo na kung paano mag-graph ng quadratic function, pwedeng gamitin si vertex at saka si x-intercept. For this video lesson, we will be using the two. Okay? So, ipapakita natin kung paano mag-work yung dalawang methods. So, let us have the important notes that we should remember. So, in solving quadratic inequalities in two variables, we should take note that kung ang gamit natin ay less than or greater than, since may points yan, we need to plot them in the Cartesian plane. Sa pagpa-plot ng points, we will be using open dot. At yung mga open dots na yon will be connected using a broken line. So that is for less than or greater than. So it means na yung mga points on the parabola, yung nasa mismong line na parabola na mabubuo natin mamaya, are not included in the solution set. On the other hand, if the inequality symbols used are less than equal or greater than equal, yung mga points na ipa-plot natin will be closed dot ang gagamitin natin. At after nating ma-plot yung mga points, they will be connected using a solid line. So, ano ibig sabihin ng solid line at saka closed dot? The points on the parabola are included in the solution set. So, kasama sila sa mismong solution set. So, let us now have example number 1. So, in example number 1, we are given with y is less than x squared minus 9. And for this example, we will be using table of values. So, paano ba siya ginagawa? Okay. So, step number 1, we need to change the inequality symbol to equal sign. So, from y is less than x squared minus 9, papalitan lang natin si less than ng equal. So, we have y is equal to x squared minus 9, which is already a quadratic equation. So, out of this one, magge-generate tayo ng mga values ni y, given the assigned values of x. And that will be for step number 2. We need to make a table of values for x and y by assigning values of x, then substitute to the given quadratic equation. So, ito yun, to get the respective values of y. So, ito yung table natin. So, in our case, we will be using negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2 as the assigned values of x. So, you can also use other points for x. Basta see to it that the list number of points will be 5. Okay? And we should take note na kapag nag-graph tayo ng quadratic inequalities or ng quadratic function, kailangan yung mga points na makuha natin or mag-generate natin can form a parabola. So, kailangan two sides yung makukuha natin, hindi yung one side lang. Okay? So, kailangan buo yung parabola. So, to continue, so out of the given table, so we let x be equal to negative 2 kasi since yun yung unang value ni x, saan isa-substitute? Isa-substitute natin sa ating original equation na nagawa kanina. Diba, change natin si less than kay equal sign, so eto na ang lumabas. So we have y is equal to x squared minus 9. So to find the value of y, we just need to substitute the value of x, which is negative 2. So magiging y is equal to negative 2 squared minus 9. Negative 2 squared will be 4. So we have y is equal to 4 minus 9. And then after that, 4 minus 9 will be equal to negative 5. So therefore, if x is negative 2, then y is negative 5. So yun yung unang value ni y natin. Okay? So next, doon naman tayo sa pangalawang value ni x, which is negative 1. So if x is equal to negative 1, substitute ulit natin siya sa quadratic equation na nagawa natin kanina. So that will be y is equal to x squared minus 9. Palitan si x ng negative 1. So that will become y is equal to negative 1 squared minus 9. Negative 1 squared is simply positive 1. So therefore, we have y is equal to 1 minus 9. 1 minus 9 is equal to negative 8. So therefore, if x is equal to negative 1, therefore, y is equal to negative 8. Yan. So, same procedure lang yung ina-apply natin. Para naman kapag ka 0, substitute lang din natin si 0 doon sa mismong equation. At kapag ka simplify natin, we can now say that y is equal to negative 9. Same process will also be true for the values of x, 1, and 2. So, ayan. If x is 1, therefore y is negative 8 upon substitution. So therefore, we have here negative 8. So if x is equal to 2, naman siya, substitute naman natin. Therefore, the value of y is negative 5. We will now go to step number 3. So after getting the points or completing the table, we need to plot and connect the points in the Cartesian plane. Pero bago yun, gawin muna siyang ordered pair form. So that will be x, y. So etong first point, the form will be negative 2, negative 5. The second one is negative 1, negative 8. The third one is 0, negative 9. The fourth one is 1, negative 8. And then the last one will be 2, negative 5. And then, since less than ang ating given na quadratic inequality, we will be connecting the points using an open dot, and eventually, i-connecta natin sila using a broken line. So, ulitin ko, ibig sabihin nun na yung mga points na nasa parabola ay hindi included sa solution set. Okay? So, let us now graph. So, i-graph natin siya sa ating Cartesian plane, x and y plane. So, the first point is negative 2, negative 5. So, eto siya, unang-una. So, open dot ang gagamitin natin since less than. The second point is here. The third point is 0, negative 9. The fourth point is 1, negative 8. And then the last one is 2, negative 5. So, kailangan marunong ka mag-graph ng points sa Cartesian plane. So, ayan, na-plot na natin yung mga points sa Cartesian plane. Ang kasunod na gagawin, i-connect sila using a broken line. So, this will be the line. Okay? So, ito yung parabola na sinasabi ko kanina. Na kailangan 5 points, at least 5 points yung ating gagamitin. And we should see to it na makakabuo ng parabola. Kasi baka mamaya etong side lang na to ang mabuo natin. Wala yung kabila. Okay? So next, step number 4. We need to choose a test point inside the parabola. So nahandito si test point. Okay? So kukuha tayo ng isa sa mga points dyan. And then we need to substitute it in the quadratic inequality. Pag nag-satisfy siya sa given quadratic inequality, yung test point dito, therefore lahat ng points sa loob ay part ng solution set. Eh sir, paano kapag hindi siya nag-satisfy yung points sa loob ng parabola dito sa quadratic inequality? So therefore, ang i-shade natin will be the outside region. So in our case, let us choose the test point 0, 0. Okay? So any test point will do, basta kailangan nasa loob ng parabola. Okay, so this is the original inequality, y is less than x squared minus 9. So i-replace lang natin si y, we have there 0, and then si x, 0 din yun. So we now have 0 is less than 0 squared minus 9. And if we are going to simplify, we will now obtain 0 is less than negative 9. Is this true or false? Mas maliit ba si 0 kaysa kay negative 9? The answer is false. So therefore, ano ibig sabihin yan? The points inside the parabola, including the test point, are not part of the solution set. So ayan, nakuha na natin na hindi siya part ng solution set. Step number 5 na tayo, the last step. We need to shade the region that describes the solution set. Sabi nga natin kanina, hindi kasama si test point kasi hindi siya nag-satisfy doon sa given quadratic inequality. So therefore, yung mga solution set wala sa loob ng parabola, kundi nasa labas ng parabola. So therefore, yun yung ating shadan. So ano ibig sabihin yan? The solution set of y is less than x squared minus 9 refers to the set of all points in the shaded region. So, lahat ng nasa shaded region will be the solution set of the given quadratic inequality. So, unlike quadratic inequality in one variable na pwedeng i-express into interval and set builder notation, etong si quadratic inequalities in two variables, graph lang ang ating gagamitin. So, eto yung way kung paano gamitin si table in terms of graphing quadratic inequality or solving quadratic inequality into variables. How about for example number 2? Ang gamitin naman natin, finding the vertex and the x-intercepts. So for this one, kailangan lang natin tatlong point and then makagraph na natin siya. Since precise naman siya na meron tayong vertex at saka x-intercept. So ang isa-solve natin will be y is greater than or equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5. Ayan, ang gamit ay greater than or equal. So, kailangan meron ka ng idea kung anong points at lines ang gagamitin natin mamaya. So, how are we going to do this? The first one, we need to change the inequality symbol to equal sign. So, palitan lang natin tong si greater than equal sign. So, that will be y is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5. Ito yung tinatawag na quadratic function. So, out of the quadratic function, y is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5, kukuhain natin yung vertex. The vertex is a point, ordered pair siya, h, k. Okay, ordered pair pa rin siya kasi we need to plot this in the Cartesian plane later. So, paano kuhain si h? That will be using the formula negative b over 2a. Paano naman si k? That will be k equals c minus b squared over 4a. So, ayan. Ang unang kailangan gawin sa paghanap ng h and k, kuhain muna natin yung values ni a, b, and c. So, napag-aralan na natin yan before, no? The value of a is 1, the value of b is 4, and the value of c is negative 5, given the quadratic function. Okay, so next, kuhain muna natin yung value ni h. So, substitute lang natin yung b at saka a dito sa mismong formula. So, that will be h is equal to negative of what is the value of b? The value of b is 4. Substitute. Over 2 times a, ayan, so ang value dito ay 1. So we now have h is equal to negative 4 over 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is simply 2. Negative times positive 4, that will be negative 4. And if we are going to simplify this one, the result will be negative 2. So next, meron na tayong value ni h. Ang kasunod naman kukuhain ay yung value ni k. In getting the value of k, substitute lang din tayo. So the value of c is negative 5, substitute. The value of b is positive 4, so 4 squared, over 4 times a. The value of a is 1. So next, isimplify na natin. 4 squared is simply 16. 4 times 1 will be 4. So therefore, we have k is equal to negative 5 minus 16 over 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So we now have k is equal to negative 5 minus 4. And if you are going to simplify further, the value of k now is equal to negative 9. Pagsamahin lang natin tong dalawa na to, no? So, gawin natin siyang ordered pair. So, the ordered pair will be negative 2, negative 9. So, meron na tayong isang point. So, in other two remaining points, pwede siyang makuha using the x-intercepts. So, given y is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5, we let y be equal to 0. So, x-intercepts nga, no, the values of x when y is equal to 0. So, i-transform lang natin to standard form. So, by symmetric property, we now obtain x squared plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. Pinagbaliktad lang natin sila. Equivalent pa rin sila. So, next, if you can see, x squared plus 4x minus 5 is factorable. So, i-factor natin siya. So, that will be, ang unang gagawin, factors of x squared. That will be x times x. Next, Isip tayo ng dalawang number na kapag minultiply mo, negative 5 ang sagot. At the same time, kapag ka-inad yung dalawang numbers, positive 4 naman yung magiging sagot. So therefore, the numbers will be positive 5 and negative 1. So to check, 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. And then positive 5 plus negative 1, that will be positive 4. So therefore, the factored form of x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0 is x plus 5 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. Since naka-factored form na siya, we will now use your zero product property. Equate natin both factors to 0. Ayan. X plus 5 equals 0 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. Dito muna tayo sa first equation. Using addition property of equality, or i-transpose lang natin si positive 5 sa kabila, we now obtain the first value of x, which is negative 5. Same process will be applied for x minus 1 is equal to 0. And we will now obtain the second value of x, which is 1. Okay? So, kailangan natin siyang gawing ordered pair. Remember na si x-intercepts will be the values of x kapag ka ang y ay 0. So, therefore, if x is equal to negative 5, ang kanyang point will be, or ordered pair will be, negative 5, 0. So, let us denote the first x-intercept as x sub 1. Kung si x equals negative 5, is negative 5, 0, si x equals 1 naman will be 1, 0. So next, meron na tayong tatlong points. Ayan. So ang kasunod, we need to plot and connect the points in the Cartesian plane. Pero we should take note na ang given sa atin is y is greater than or equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5. Okay, so therefore, since the inequality symbol used may equal sign sa ibaba, we will be plotting the points using closed dots and connect them using solid line. So, ibig sabihin nun, lahat ng nasa parabola, nasa mismong line, will be included in the solution set. So, let us graph para mag-visualize natin. So, the first point, negative 2, negative 1. So, ayan yun. So, sabi nga natin, the vertex is the highest or the lowest point of the parabola. So next, the first x-intercept is negative 5, 0. So ayan siya. And then the last one, 1, 0. So, if you can see, tatlong points pa lang ang nakuha natin, pero makakabuo na siya ng parabola. So gumamit tayo dito ng mga closed dots, and then, ang kasunod na gagawin natin will be to connect them using a solid line. Okay, so next, step number 5 tayo. Kukuha na tayo ngayon ng test point. Okay? Kuha tayo ng isang test point dito sa loob ng parabola. So, kanina 0, 0 yung kinuha natin. Ngayon, iba naman kuhain natin. Pero pwede rin si 0, 0. Pero at this example, let us use the test point negative 2, negative 1. And let us test kung kasama ba tong point na to doon sa magsasatisfy sa given quadratic inequality. So, kapag nag-satisfy siya dito, kasama si negative 2, negative 1 sa solution set. So, ito yung ating given quadratic inequality. Substitute natin. Ang value ni y ay negative 1. Ang value ni x will be negative 2. So, upon substitution, we now have negative 1 is greater than or equal to negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 minus 5. So, kapag kasinimplify natin, ayan, so we now have negative 1 is greater than or equal to 4 minus 8 minus 5. And then finally, we now have negative 1 is greater than or equal to negative 9. O ngayon, is this true or false? Mas malaki ba si negative 1 kaysa kay negative 9? Okay, so that is true. So meaning, the points inside the parabola, the test point including the test point, are part of the solution set. So next, magsha-shade na tayo ngayon. Okay? Shade the region that describes the solution set. Since the test point nag-satisfy sa ating quadratic inequality given, therefore, ang shaded region will be the points inside the parabola. So it means that the solution set of y is greater than or equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5 refers to the set of all points inside the parabola or in the shaded region. So, lahat ng points dito will satisfy the given quadratic inequality. So, I hope meron kang natutunan for today about solving quadratic inequality in two variables. Kung may natutunan ka, may nakuha ka for today, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more video lessons. So this is Sir Jude. Good day sa inyong lahat.
You